What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to share a couple of random pops that I recently added to my collection, starting off with one that I had to track down and I ended up ordering it through Amazon. We have here Tony Soprano, and this is the first Tony Soprano pop that Funko produced, and then they did one of him in a suit and they did one of him in a bathrobe as well, I believe. I wanted this particular one because when I think about Tony Soprano, this is the look I really think of. This particular look was used in some promotional materials for this series, and I didn't watch the series during its original run. I watched early on, maybe like a season and the start of another season, and they weren't even the it wasn't even the first season. It was like randomly I just kind of jumped on and checked out some of it. But then a while back I did finally decide to binge watch the entire series, and I did enjoy checking it out. But I will say I really feel like James Gandolfini made that series what it was. There were some other strong characters, but I don't think the series would have worked nearly as well without him, because I did feel like the series had some issues. It definitely felt like there were different writers that had different ideas of where to take things. There were some plot lines that kind of went nowhere, some really unlikable characters, and I know that some of them were unlikable intentionally, but still, like I said, when it comes down to it, I just feel like James Gandolfini really made this series what it was. And I think Tony Soprano is a very interesting, complex character. And I'm glad that they didn't, completely try to make him like a sympathetic gangster. He definitely was a gangster for real. So yeah, I just really like the character, and I wanted to make sure I got this one Soprano figure into my collection. I'm not going to worry about any of the others. You see that the rest of this wave here. And at this point, Funko has done, I think, just 2 waves, and then, at least the one exclusive of Tony Soprano, but I'm not worried about any of the rest of those. I just wanted to make sure I got this one into my collection. And I will say, you all, especially for new collectors, do not sleep on common figures, because I've noticed this, especially with TV series, that there are some figures that seem like they're going to be readily available, but then they aren't. I don't think Funko always does huge numbers for some of these TV series related figures. So if you're really interested in something, I would say go ahead and pick it up before it becomes difficult to find. For example, the Fred Sanford from Sanford & Son, that figure is like kind of high value because I don't think a lot of those were actually produced. I've never seen that figure in the wild. So again, don't sleep on these, especially TV series related figures. You never know, they might actually become difficult to track down. Moving on here, we have a figure. If you follow the channel, you may have heard me mention that I was going to be on the hunt for this one. And this is the City Hunter from Predator 2. Now, I do have the exclusive variant. I ended up ordering that through Funko.com. That's a Funko.com exclusive. They might actually still have that one available. And then a friend of mine was nice enough to send me the Elder Greyback as part of a Christmas package. But yeah, this one here, I don't know why initially I was overlooking the differences between this one and the exclusive. I thought that the only difference was the blood splatter, but I was wrong about that. I see so many pops, I look at so much information about pops, even though I no longer do Funko News, that I guess I just kind of overlooked some of the details with this one. But yeah, it is very different. Of course, it's actually holding the ripped skull there with the spine attached, and it has the spear weapon here, of course. So this one I actually will get out of box to take a closer look at it. I'm not going to open up all of the pops in this video, but I do want to get the City Hunter out. I'll do that in just a moment. Next up here, we have the latest She-Ra pop, and I'm definitely going to add her, of course, to my Masters of the Universe collection back there. It was good to see that Funko decided to do another wave of She-Ra figures, because her original pop is that's another figure that's actually, I think, tough to find, and I think it is high value still. I can't remember where it is right now in terms of the value, but I know this was her original pop was high value, but then also the Rock Candy figure, which is one I wish I had in my collection as well. I do have a soda of her up there, and I don't have a chase variant. I think it had a chase. I just have the common soda up there, and I think that's all I had of her. So I wanted to make sure I went ahead and got this one as well, because of course I'm a big Masters of the Universe fan, and of course you'll fit right in. And this one I think I'm going to leave in the box for right now, but you see there, She-Ra and Cal. Okay, and there's the rest of this new wave on the back. And I did get another figure from this new wave. And these are out in the wild now, I think, if you are interested in them. Or if you're not seeing them in your area, they should be on shelves very soon. I also went for Hordak, and I do like Hordak's design. Now, I'll be honest, I did watch Master of the Universe as a kid. I don't think I saw a whole lot of She-Ra. I remember some of it, but I don't remember all the details. So I don't remember this villain especially well. But he does have a very cool look. I like that it's almost like a vampire type look. And I do have some other villains that actually do have this symbol here. So I guess they're maybe his henchmen, or He-Man may have fought some of the same villains. I don't know what it's all about, but like I said, I just like the look of Hordak, so I wanted to make sure I added this into the collection as well. I'm not going to worry about the other figures in this set, but I do like these two. And again, I'm going to leave those in box right now because I just want to open up the Predator. And I definitely want to open up the next item that I have here as well. Been really looking forward to checking this out closer. And this was on my list of my favorite Funko Pops of last year. So we have here this deluxe Chainsaw Man, which is very cool looking. And I do have a good number of the Chainsaw Man Pops that have been produced so far. I'm not trying to get all of the supporting characters. I'm tempted to get the Samurai Sword character right there. I do kind of like his look. I wish he was in more of an action pose though, but I might end up getting that one. But like I said, I'm not so worried about most of the side characters, but this one was a must to add to my collection. I really love the look of this one. In the box, you really could not get a good look at the ripped spine because of the way the Predator is holding it off to the side, but out of box, you definitely get a much better look at it. It's kind of funny how, especially as a Funko Pop, the skull looks almost like it's smiling, but he obviously has nothing to smile about. You see the spear weapon here. It's not perfectly straight. That happens with Funko Pops when they have weapons like this, especially swords, but it's not bent too bad. So still looks pretty cool. I really like the Predator's arsenal of weapons. You see the helmet there. On the helmet, the 3 dots there representing that sort of laser scope that it has. On the side here, this is a nice detail as well. That blade that he can throw, the bladed disc that the Predator can throw, is represented there. Now, of course, on the exclusive figure, he does have the actual wrist blades, and the blood splatter going on, the green blood splatter, which is pretty cool. And I already have that one set up in my collection, but I really have to rework my Predator collection and Alien collection. I just put them together, the Predators and the Xenomorphs, for obvious reasons because of all the crossovers. And I'm going to keep working on that collection. Once I'm satisfied with it, I may share it in a future video. I did see the new Xenomorph, that the large size Xenomorph that Funko just released, and I do want to add it to my collection. The only reason I didn't pick it up, the one I saw at Box Lunch, is just because there were a lot of nasty fingerprints on the glass, or not glass, but the plastic window, and I just did not like the look of that. Even though I'm probably going to keep that figure out of box, I just didn't want to touch that particular one. It just looked like too many fingerprints had been all over it. So yeah, once I see that again, I'm going to pick that up and add it to my collection, and I will keep that out of box. I will share it in a video as well. And then, like I said, once I have everything reorganized, I definitely want to share that. And if there's anything out there interesting related to Predator, or Xenomorphs, the Aliens franchise, that you think I'd be interested in, definitely share it in the comments, and I may consider picking it up. I know there's been at least one Predator statue I've seen that I'm somewhat interested in, and also the, what is it, Q-Fig Max. I think they have a pretty cool Predator where he's actually up in a tree, and they have a cloaked version of that as well. So I may consider picking those up. I just really enjoy collecting Predator and the Xenomorphs. I really like the look of them. And as far as the Alien 3 movie moment is concerned, I'm not sure if I really want to go for that one or not. I'll have to take a closer look at that movie moment before I decide, because I don't even really worry about the human characters so much. I like the Predators and the aliens themselves, the Xenomorphs themselves. And yeah, very happy to have this figure. This will be kept out of box within that collection. This definitely needs to be displayed in that way. Then we have the really awesome Chainsaw Man here. Now, when you want to call something plus, like they say Pop Plus for the Predator figure, this is plus to me. And of course, it is a deluxe item, so it's going to cost more. But I'm just saying plus as in they really went all out with this. I think this is one of the best Funko Pops. I mean, obviously, I put it on my list for last year, but this is just such a standout for the recent figures that have become available. So much detail to it. Of course, you get the vicious looking teeth there, as you usually would with Chainsaw Man. I like that the motion is here. You can see the chain on his chest whipping to the side there like he is in motion. And I really like how they have these mini pops here of these like ghoulish figures that he is fighting. Now, I'll be honest, I can't remember this moment exactly from the anime. I have to go back and check it out. I think there is a moment like this within the anime itself. But yeah, I'll have to check it out again. And you notice here, Okay, they do have these pops these mini pops that stand out, but then if you really look at the details on the pile there, you can see like arms and legs there and everything, like the piled up bodies there, that gruesome, detailing with it. And the blood splatter, of course, shooting out as well. I think this is actually one of the manga covers, or at least some promotional art that is used with Chainsaw Man. If you know the exact inspiration, feel free to share that in the comments. But yeah, I just really love this item here. It's definitely keeping this out of box as well. And I'm not gonna just stick to Funko products, obviously. I don't do that with Predator, Alien, really any franchise. I'm not gonna do that with Chainsaw Man either. So I could see adding a Chainsaw Man statue to my collection at some point. If there's any really awesome ones that stand out to you, you can feel free to share that in the comments. And I know with I think it's Chalice Collectibles, I think they're the ones that have the Power exclusive that just became available, where she has the cat with her. I might go for that one. It does have a chase variant. I think it's a flocked chase variant, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to take a look at it. But yeah, I might go for that. But yeah, this is amazing. So very happy to have this in the collection now. And it's just so cool that this is, a common item, pretty easy to get a hold of if you are interested in it. I think they did an amazing job with that. So again, the the Predator here and this Chainsaw Man, keeping those out of box for sure with my collection. And let me know what you think about these items here. Are you going to go for any of the figures that I shared in this video? And like I said, if you have any suggestions for anything related to Predator, Xenomorphs, Chainsaw Man, any suggestions for things that I should check out, please share those in the comments. Thank you all so much for taking the time to check this out, and I will talk to you all again real soon.